Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to This Is Why America Stopped Making Cab Over Trucks. And I think cab over trucks are the ones that are like when I think of the US trucks, it's the ones that are pointing out like the engine's further ahead than the window. So it's like, it looks like a nose or something. Whereas in the UK, I feel like it's a lot more just like flat ones. Like these ones here, can you see it? Yeah, these ones here are the American sort of style, and then the cab over ones aren't, as it says here. But I wonder why that's the case. Is there like benefits to either way? Maybe there's more power in the cab over truck or the non-cab over truck or whatever. But there's got to be a reason for it, unless it's just a cultural thing. Because I do associate these sort of style ones more with like the US. Whenever I think about truck driving, which isn't often, but like for example right now, when I think about it, that's the sort of style you imagine because of you've seen it in films. I've done reactions to it, but what the reason that is, I don't know, and like why it led to that being the case, I have no idea. But we're gonna check this out. Hopefully, going to enjoy, and yeah, we're gonna learn why this happened. Maybe it was a money thing. Maybe the engines are more powerful. Because I feel like the American engine, like the non-cab over ones, probably have bigger engines. It seems like they do, but maybe that's the case, and they have more power or something, but I really don't know. But yeah, we're going to jump into this and see how this became to be or whatever.
Have you ever wondered why American truck manufacturers stopped making cab-over trucks back in the 60s and 70s when almost the rest of the world still...
Wait, they make Mercedes trucks? The fuck? Mercedes, Renault, that's all I know. But a Mercedes truck, you're living good.
...produces cab-overs. That's what we're going to cover in this video, along with the advantages and disadvantages of cab-overs versus long-nosed.
There we go. But I mean, for starters, long-nosed has a lot more space. So I guess that's one of them. You've got living areas in the long-nosed ones as opposed to the cab-over, which from what I've learned, a lot of people will stay in their trucks as their home in a sense. As opposed to in Europe, I don't think it's the same situation, but surely it wouldn't be that hard to just add further, like some more space here if you wanted to have a sleeping compartment, because this is so much bigger. This is so much bigger.
Long-nosed. But first of all, you might be wondering what exactly a cab-over is. A cab-over truck, or also known as a cab-over engine, COE, is a truck with a flat nose and has the engine placed under the cabin, where the engine is placed in front of the cabin on the long-nosed trucks, which are also called conventional trucks. Cab-overs in America. The cab-overs were very popular in America in the 1940s to 1970s because of their compact design and improved maneuverability, especially in urban areas. Some of the American manufacturers of cab-overs were international. White Motor Corporation, Mack, and Kenworth are just a few to mention. The cab-over was able to utilize more cargo space due to the regulations that were in force at the time, which limited the maximum length of the truck, including the...
Oh, so there's actual benefits to having a cab-over truck. Because again, obviously, this takes up so much more space. Oh, wow. Well, there we go.
Trailer. This rule was one of the biggest reasons that the cab-over made sense, since the smaller your truck was, the more cargo you could carry, which is exactly still the case in Europe. Most countries in Europe have different maximum length rules, but they apply to the total length of the vehicle, including trailer, where the limit for length rules only applies to the trailer in America. However, in 1982, a new regulation was imposed that changed everything. The new regulations limited the length of the trailer to 53 feet and no longer included the cab in the length restriction. Now the truck manufacturers were able to make longer and more comfortable cabs for the long-haul drivers.
Oh, so it's just based on comfort and having the ability to stay and all this sort of stuff. Oh, that's pretty interesting then. So it's just the rules and regulations that led to this happening. And it just happened like that. I wonder why this is still the case in Europe then. Maybe it's just because the drives aren't as long, so people just don't need to stay, but just to sleep in the truck, but still.
And slowly the cab-over was phased out, replaced by the bigger, long-nosed trucks. There are still some cab-over trucks in America, including delivery trucks, concrete mixers, garbage trucks, and
Okay.
fire trucks. Why long-nosed trucks? So, part of the reason American truck manufacturers stopped making cab-overs was due to the length rules. But what was the reason they didn't just make the cabin longer on the cab-over instead of making a long-nosed
Look at
version?
that.
There are several reasons for this. One is comfort. The longer wheelbase not only provides more space in the cabin, but also provides a better driving comfort as the bumps of the road are minimized. Also, the engine
Really?
noise and vibrations are in front of you instead of below, which also contributes to less noise in the cabin. There is also
Overall, so far, it just seems like a much better experience being in one of these then. Much better experience in every way, every way possible. My voice keeps going.
a lower entrance in the long-nosed truck, which has a great ergonomic significance when you have to get in and out of a truck many times a day. The fact that the engine is placed in front of the truck allows easy access to the engine, where you have to tilt the cabin on cab-overs.
Really? That seems like a bit of a bit of extra work just to look at your engine. What is the point in these then? These just seem so just so ineffective and just nowhere near as nowhere near the same level. Like you can do so much better things, so much more and so many better things with the non-cab over trucks. Like you have to move the whole flipping the whole truck just to look at the engine. Like what?
Here, the cabin must be thoroughly cleared first, so that a windscreen is not destroyed by one of the driver's belongings. The last reason that the manufacturers went with the long-nosed trucks is safety. As mentioned, trucks in America are allowed to drive significantly faster than in Europe.
Oh,
Safety is therefore incredibly important, and the
Oh, I thought that was a real person. Is this a dummy?
long nose helps to protect the driver in the event of a collision, where there is only a windshield between the driver and the collision on a cab-over.
Oh.
Why cab-overs? There are clearly some advantages to the long-nosed trucks, but so do cab-overs.
Okay.
They are perfectly suited to the driving conditions in Europe and most of Asia. Here, the roads are smaller and winding, where cab-overs are considerably more maneuverable than the large and long-nosed trucks. When driving in the city full of road users and pedestrians, visibility is really important. Cab-overs also have a clear advantage here. Not only are they higher, which gives better visibility, they do not have the large A-pillars that the long-nosed truck has, and you therefore have a significantly better view from the cab. Will the cab-over return to America? As long as the rules are as they are, we simply do not see a reason why the American truck manufacturers should start producing cab-overs again. The American drivers drive such long distances that they need the extra comfort and space in the long-nosed trucks. In addition, safety and aerodynamics are also an important reason not to go back to cab-overs. Even the newly developed electric trucks, such as the
They just look so bougie. Like what the hell?
Scadia, Volvo VNR, and so on, have a long nose.
This is a long nose, but it doesn't have the cabin. So some long nose ones won't have the cabin still. It is just this style. I do think this style looks cooler though. Some of the cab over ones look cool as well, but this one just looks a bit more like, I don't know. I just feel like it looks a bit more, I don't know, it just stands out more.
Despite the fact that there is no engine, but instead batteries that are placed at the bottom of the vehicle. It is also a question of demand, and the American truck drivers love their long-nosed trucks. What do you think? Will the cab-over return in America, and which is your favorite?
It probably won't because of the rules and stuff, but the more you know, right? It's amazing a difference a longer wheelbase makes on-ride quality. It's just weird how there's a difference in these things. Like it's just these things you wouldn't even expect there to be a difference, but there is. But yeah, if you're someone who's drove both, which do you prefer? Because I swear I have seen long nose trucks UK. Because I swear I have seen them around. Long nose trucks UK. I swear I've seen them. I'm certain I have seen them before, but maybe I've never seen them in my life, and I've just seen them in films so much that I'm just thinking that means I've seen them in real life when I haven't. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, it is fascinating how there is just this difference. But hopefully you enjoyed this reaction, and yeah, if you want more truck reactions, you know how it is. Let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to do so. And yeah, until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.